Welcome to today's episode, everyone. We are, as we discussed, playing Anderlecht. We know that if we can win this game against a team who are actually lower than us in the Europa League phase, we have a pretty nailed-on chance of going through the next round of the Europa League. But as it stands, we are sat outside that magical playoff space. So can we get it done and get the win that sees us progress? Yeah, hi everyone. So after we lost to Juve, we then went and got smashed 4-1 by Braga. Now, I felt like we were a little bit unlucky to be 2-0 down at half time, purely from the way the goals came. So this first goal, as you can see, came from a very, very deflected free kick, which really wrong-footed Vatsanal in goal, because Valsen was injured, so Vatsanal was playing. And then he actually saved it. Actually, no, this was the game where I think I accidentally started Vatsanal because he played in a preseason, in a friendly. That was it. He accidentally started the game. But the goal from Fonseca there, the second free kick that he scored, was obviously no mean feat. But the second goal was really unfortunate. Basically, the keeper, Vatsanal, made a really good save, but it dropped right at the feet of their defender who just tapped it in. But then we played Rijeka and we were losing 1-0 at half time. Huge props for the subs. Schmidt, Trifonov and Schwaj all came on. And you only have to look at their ratings to see what they did. Never mind the fact that we had 2 goals from Schwaj and a goal from Trifonov. Schmidt got 2 assists. Trifonov got another. Absolutely massive impact from the subs, which got us the 3-1 win. And then we welcomed Sevilla to Iceland, and you know what? Kept them at arm's length until Basharen not only won a penalty, but then converted it in the 85th minute, and we held on to get the win. Before being brought back down to earth in spectacular fashion with a 3-0 loss at Celtic Park. So as I said, what that means is we are currently sat outside the magical playoff spot. We are level on points with Freiburg, Kiev. And if we can beat Anderlecht, which, as you can see, they've not had a brilliant time of it. They've got 2 wins, but generally they've not been brilliant. If we can get a win here, we've got a very, 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 very good chance of going through. But obviously, even a draw in some instances might well be enough if Kiev and Freiburg do really, really poorly. And even with Fenerbahce having a much worse goal difference than us, we still have a chance that a draw will be enough for us to go through. But we have been unintentionally active in the transfer window. So Johannesson and Kamisho both had release clauses and they both got hit. So the annoying thing was we hadn't been able to agree a new contract with Johannesson, because you may remember that last season he missed pretty much all of it due to injury. And obviously we'd said to him, don't worry, you'll get your game time when you come back. So he wouldn't renew his contract because he was waiting on the outcome of that promise. That Udinese came in, hit his 300k release clause, and he went. The same happened with Kamisho. So Al Tower, I think it was, or Al Tal came in and bid for him, and he wanted to go. We rejected it, but then Al Fateh hit his release clause and he went for the 205k. Alex Gomes was someone we touched on. We were hoping to get him out into Iceland, but then Sport Recife bid for him, and you know what? He only had sort of 9 months left in his contract, and I thought, let's just get him out the door and get some sort of money for him. But we have made moves to strengthen the team with the money that we had. So Adelson Almeida is coming in as a new keeper, potentially just a sort of deputy to Valsen, although he does have the potential to be, better. He's got a mercenary personality, but I'm not too concerned about that because I'm hoping that it means that we have a decent chance of potentially selling him on in the future, because he's definitely not the keeper for us for the future. He's just literally just someone who's coming in to do a job for us, to sort of either cover for Valsen or potentially sort of eventually replace him. But it's a very short term. At a young age of 18, I'm hopeful that we can flip in a couple of seasons. And then we've got Juan Rizzo coming in, a Nicaraguan player. He was a free signing. He's coming in just to be some cover defensively. Felt really important with Christopherson and going back out on loan. Obviously Rizzo is much younger, so potentially, scope to get better than the 2 stars he is, as we can see, 3-star potential, potentially 4.5. Free signing, unambitious, so you know what, potentially less likely to want to sort of move on in the future, but we can see what happens. But I mainly put him in because I like his consistency and he's got some sort of really good team player stats and he is versatile as well. And this signing of Sebastian Perez was one I kind of did a little bit against my better judgment. We were trying to find some good centre halves to replace Camacho and Johannesson. Some of them either wanted far too much money or weren't interested in making the move. But one who was Sebastian Perez, and Uruguayan coming in from Defensor Sporting, and he's not very consistent. So I'm hopeful. If we look at across his career stats over the last sort of couple of years, if it will allow us, he's only played them once for Sporting. So yeah, he's coming in. He's got some really good technical temp holes and mental temp holes. So I'm hopeful that we can help iron out some of that mentoring with playing time and that consistency with playing time and mentoring, hopefully. And then Maurice de Lange was a non-contract player, amateur player, as you can see, coming in from Dordrecht. Really good option, I feel. Both, he can play defensively. We're basically planning on looking to use him as a sort of anchor position backup for Kjartansson. He may eventually actually end up being better than him as well. But yeah, just wanted some more midfield depth, really, and he fits the bill nicely. And obviously, we also had Einarsson leaving as well, and for that reason, we brought in Geronimo Nunez coming in from Uruguay as well, another non-contract player. Just someone who can come in. He's 21 years old, and he's quite happy to be a backup, I believe. The aggression is a bit of a concern, as is the consistency, but I'm hopeful that we can help iron out some of those issues, and he can be a perfectly adequate deputy, again, in that sort of anchor role, or that sort of more, potentially, we can work on his passing. He could be a very good deep line playmaker, rotation option for Oscar Vargas. And then with Alex Gomez leaving and Verscharen likely on the way out, this was a deal that I was actually really, really happy with. Free signing Mats Löwe coming in basically as a number 10 rotation option for Schmidt, but potentially could even be even better than him. But yeah, it looked really, really good. Coming in on a free, I really cannot complain with that at all. Meanwhile, it looks like Tomasian is finally leaving. He kept coming to us about moaning about his game time, and in the end I was like, you know what, off you go. And we are potentially getting 175k for him from Ümranispor in Turkey. I offered him out for 200k just to see if anyone else would come in. But free signing, he's done okay for us. He's not done amazing, but to get almost 200k for him, I think is brilliant. And we do still have some money left in the budget to spend as well. And we have maxed out our scouting still, so we are able to find all these players quite comfortably from South America. So we're going to sort of keep looking around. I need to set up some more recruitment focuses for some of the African regions as well, like Cote d'Ivoire, even going down even to sort of towards like Mauritania and countries like that. You can really find some gems if you get lucky. So for the game today, I think this is the team we're going to go with. Now, obviously, the other issue we had with Camacho and Johannesson leaving is it has left us very short at the back. Valsen isn't fit, so we're going to have to go with Vatnsdal again. What was it? Vatnsdal probably. But we're going to play Gislason. He's a player who's come through our youth intake, and I feel definitely could be a useful rotation option for us. Even if he can develop a little bit more, it'd be great. But as he is, he's probably okay. But annoyingly, Hrafn Kjartansson is injured, so it means Bragason is playing at anchor. And we've got Sanyan, Kjolofsson, Gislason, Ragnarsson, then Vargas and Bragason, and then Tome, Schmidt, Verscharen, and Schwaj. Actually, not Schwaj because he is not fully fit. So it's going to be Valdemarsen, who could really do with starting to turn up and deliver some decent performances. We've got Christensen on the bench because Verscharen is unlikely to last the game, although to be fair, neither is Christensen. Although one option actually would be to do this potentially and just sort of see if they can do that. And then we've got those on the bench. Actually, I think we'll do that. So yeah, wish us luck, everyone. So undeniably a massive game this, because I feel like we have the opportunity to potentially get something out of it. And if we do, the rewards are huge. Money, the coefficients, etc. from moving through into the next round will be absolutely massive for us. And I have reasons to think that we could potentially do it when you think about the fact that we managed to beat Sevilla at home as well, and we were unlucky against Juve. Yes, we are missing players who ordinarily would be playing. That, we cannot overlook that. But who knows? Who knows? Trying to make sure that we are keeping an eye on people. But like I said, it might even be that a draw would be enough. And Schmidt had a really nice chance there, which was tipped over. Nice sort of early signs of creating opportunities. Nice. So Ludogorets winning is bad for us, I think. But to be fair, maybe Michelin losing also isn't terrible. It might be one of them where we want one of those teams to win and we don't want to draw. Oh no, yeah. So Michelin losing is decent, but yeah, it's one of them where we probably want one of them to lose. I don't know what that Braga game really means. I don't think that Braga game means anything for us really, because I think Olympiacos and Braga are both towards the topper end, the higher end. That's quite a poor pass from Ragnarsson. I wish he would work on his passing a little bit more. I'm trying to get him better, but he does tend to give the ball away a little bit. Vargas smashes it over. Of course he does. He can't shoot no matter how much I try and get him to work on it. He really can't finish. But so far, it mostly seems to be for us, all these opportunities. Then Vargas goes and loses it to... Surely that's not going to be flies, is it? It's going to be like fleas or something like that. Then again, fleas sounds even worse. Fleece? Brilliant. And it is that man with the weird name. It's a great corner, to be fair, the way it curled around. Started quite brightly as well. Just goes over the bar. Come on, Trifonov, you've not had a great start to the game. Good, reasonable cross, but not enough. Oh, that was fortunate. Really poor defending from Ragnarsson. Just let him just go past him. Okay, we'll try it and see, but I'm not optimistic. Nice. Come on, Andre. Play the pass. He should have played the pass. He really should have played the pass sooner. Really should have played the pass sooner. I'm going to try putting him on support and see if it stops him bylining it when he should have just slipped the ball through. A perfect opportunity to lay in Schmidt or Valdemarson. He's offside. Just try a bit of anything, really. Okay. Not really seeing enough yet, to be honest with you, that I feel like we can... That was lucky that was so terrible. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm seeing enough at the moment that gives me any sort of optimism that we can turn this around and get a win. But who knows? They may prove me wrong. They may yet prove me wrong. Lovely, lovely ball. Perfect start. Perfect start. Lovely ball over the top from Schmidt. Absolutely brilliant. Perfectly weighted. Valdemarson controls it brilliantly, and it's a lovely finish. Lovely, lovely finish. And we said we needed him to turn up, and so far, in this half, at least, he has done. But as I said, we need another one. We need another one. Go on. What a goal! What a goal from Lucas Schmidt! What a finish! What a finish! Someone who has been out of form recently. And in his second half, he has woken up, an assist and an absolutely spectacular goal, bending it into the far corner. Wow. Okay, that puts us up into 23rd. 23rd. Wow. Okay. Let's not do anything stupid. I'm just going to do that. I'm literally just going to drop the line back. I didn't speak then. I was worried that Valdemarson might have been offside. But I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. And I wish it would stop glitching. It only really happens when I'm recording that sometimes. We get a bit of a lag. If the ball goes basically past the byline, whether a goal or out for a corner. It doesn't happen all the time. We're going to take off Tome for Christensen. I don't know, it loves playing him as a winger, but he's left-footed, and Anderlecht have potentially equalised. I'm going to assume he was onside. And it's flips with the... And Sanyang, man, you can't get done like that. You cannot get done like that. And what does that mean? Are we still 20th? Surely we're not still 23rd. Oh. For God's sake, why did no one just attack that ball and get rid of it? Why? Hjorlofsson and Ragnarsson just stood there and let the ball just bounce. Look at this. Ragnarsson, Hjorlofsson. Ball bounces. Just do not try hard enough to get to that. Just do not try hard enough to get to that at all. Yeah, and with the draw, we would be going through, but as it is, we're not now. Everyone's on their last legs, and we've not really got huge scope to change. For Sharon would be the obvious one on for Trifonov. Could bring Schwaj on. Tamashin's last game, potentially. No, let's not do that, actually. We're going to have to go for it. So we're going to take off Vargas. And we're going to try something like that. And just hope and pray that we can get a draw and that'll be enough to send us through. Could have fed him. Could have fed him. Could have played the pass any time. Oh, he's at the post. He's at the post, man. And Son Yang, smack, like drilling it at goal. Schmidt, I think, is going to come off. We're going to bring on Schwaj. And maybe leave. He can't really pass the ball though, can Schwaj? Oh no, actually, no, he's better than I thought he was. Edison, maybe. Just try and get everyone forward who can go forward. Especially if there's a chance that a draw is going to send us through. A terrible touch from Verscharen against his old club as well, man. You think he'd have a point to prove. It happens. It's going to happen, isn't it, when you push forward? It's going to happen. Sorry if you can hear the purring. One of my cats wanted fussing. Oh. That's a sickener. Absolute sickener. This is the issue we've got with our transfer windows not being in sync with the rest of Europe, though, is it? So when we lose like a Kamasio or Johannesson or even a Vrbovac, we can't replace them until like February, which can be really, really difficult. You know, if we're losing someone, when basically we need to have everyone sort of in and settled for the league phase. But if you've got a release clause and if you've got players who want to go when big clubs come calling, there's not a huge amount you can do. Man, I can't believe Valdemar's hit the post as well when it was like 3-2. So yeah, we've got 1.6 mil. I expect we may end up selling someone else after yeah, I suspect we may end up losing some other players still between now and the end of the January window and potentially an hour window. That's a sickener, absolutely sickener. Let's see, did Anderlecht actually manage to go through though? They did, and I feel kind of annoyed about that. They knocked us out and went through. I'm bitter about that. Very bitter. Oh, but you know what? We've had our best coefficient season to date so far with a 4.25. And that means that we, annoyingly, are actually probably going to drop down one place next season, if not more, because Finland are likely to leapfrog us as it stands. So, bit of a shame. Or actually, no, is that going to be more towards next season? That might actually be more towards next season, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what, 31, 32. So yeah, that'll be next season. So this season, we're probably just going to stay in place. And it's annoying though, because we are losing a really good season there. But then, as I said, in a couple of years, we're going to lose these two rubbish ones, and hopefully they'll be easily replaced by much better coefficient seasons. So, yeah, we'll crack on, everyone, and I'll see you all at the start of our next season here in Iceland. And then obviously we're going to be looking to see what we can do in Europe, because we are going into the Champions League. And then because we've got 3 other teams who will be going into the Conference League. So take care, everyone. I will see you all really, really soon. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Bye for now.